Hey, it's Daymore again, and today gonna be looking at the Chibi-Arts of Monkey D. Luffy, again from Bandai. Of course, last time we had Boy Hancock. This time we have the main character, Luffy. I don't know why Luffy was second to be made, but oh well. And this is the box. It's actually a pretty nice box. I rather like the color scheme. Fits with the character, with reds and blues, and a bunch of stuff on the back showing all the different things you can do with it, because it comes with a whole lot of accessories. So let's bring out the figure itself. So just to start off with, we have him with the coat on, which to be quite honest, I don't really care for figures of Luffy with the captain's coat. It's just me, I guess, but I just prefer to have him, just plain and simple Luffy. He doesn't need anything fancy on. But it's an optional accessory, so it doesn't really matter anyways. But just to start off with, though, the paint application on this one is quite a step above what we saw with Boa. There's really not too many problems with the paint, although obviously Luffy's much simpler design than Boa is. But yeah, his outfit looks pretty nice. There's no real paint problems except maybe on his sandals. I mean, I guess you could say the darker blues kind of go onto the white of the jeans, but it actually kind of makes it look better anyways. And the coat is okay. Doesn't look too special, but it doesn't look particularly bad. And of course comes with a lot of accessories, but of course we should start with the hat, of course. I'm saying of course a lot, aren't I? But the hat is actually a little bit disappointing because it's completely flat. It doesn't have the stitching details that every single other Luffy figure pretty much has. But it's okay, I guess. I mean, I guess they're just kind of going for a more simplified look, but in order to put the hat on, you actually have to pull out his little hair there, and then stick it on like that, and it fits really well. It's not like with a lot of other Luffy figures where you have to worry about just forcing it on there so it'll stay over his messy hair, but this one fits quite well. And of course, other faces, it comes with this face, which is kind of an amusing face, and eating face with the fat cheeks. But we'll get to more on those later, I suppose. And of course, it comes with his meat. And a mug of milk, I guess. So if you remember, in Logtown, he doesn't actually drink beer, apparently, so I guess it's milk. But whatever. I mean, on that poster over there, it kind of looks like they're all drinking alcohol, but whatever. And of course, also he comes with the fat body, which is pretty awesome. Again, it's pretty nicely painted. There's no real flaws with it or anything. And bunch of arms and a couple extra of these joints, I guess. And he comes with this thing again, which you use with these, which are a bunch of speech bubbles and stuff. Which, of course, most of them are in Japanese, so don't really know what they are saying, but this is about the only one you can really use. The question mark. That one's pretty self-explanatory, so you basically just put it on there. And yeah, like that. But I think I shall prepare a few other poses and be right back. Okay, so first off, he does come with a couple of fighting arms, so you can have him duking it out. And just to mention real quickly, the stand, pretty much the same as with Boa. It's got his name there, and there's the Straw Hat, Jolly Roger. And the thing that's a real pain in the butt about this stand is this stupid pole here, which is, you can kind of tell it's too fucking short. It's really hard to actually get him to stand up straight. It's really very annoying. So as you can see, he's kind of leaning to the side because the pole's too damn short. I can't get him to line up correctly. And by the way, for when he's got the cape on, you actually use this thing to kind of combine with the cape, which does hold him up pretty well. But they really need to do something about the stand. It just doesn't work. But anyways, next thing. Okay, next is him with his comedic face, which I think is kind of based off of the scene where Boa tries to use her love beam on him and it doesn't work. Hence the question mark which goes along with it. So it's kind of an amusing little face there. But then I guess it's time for the last bit. So be right back. And then last is, of course, Fat Luffy. After he's gorged himself on meat and whatnot, as he tends to do, which is a pretty awesome thing to include, especially since it requires many extra parts, including a whole other torso. Which is really nice with these Chibi-Arts figures, is that they just come with a lot of different options. A lot more than most Nendoroids do, even. Actually, one thing I'd also like to mention is that I like how the legs are actually really quite posable, which is something I think is kind of strange about the Nendoroids, is that the legs always have joints in them, but they're so restrictive you can't ever really move them that much. One problem with this pose in particular, though, is there's not really any particular way to like display him with the stand, because it doesn't come with anything specific to let him sit, so you just kind of have to just bend it downwards and just kind of do something like that, so he's kind of sitting in front of it. Although you could just like lean his fat ass against something, or maybe just have it prop up against his hat. That seems to work. But that's pretty much all there is. It's a really nice figure, and well, if you're into Nendoroids and you also like One Piece, like I do, it's a pretty good buy, I would say. And it's quite a bit better than the Boa Chibi-Arts, which had a few paint flaws and such. This one just looks quite a bit better, really. But other than that, that's pretty much it. So this is De Morsaire, and goodbye, and have some meat or something. Anyways, see you later. Oh wait, yeah, there's one other little thing that I forgot to mention, is that, you know, kind of one of the selling points of the Nendoroids, like those back there, is that you can kind of swap the faces between them, so you may be wondering if the same can be done with these two here. I tried it out, and nope, they don't fit. So yeah, and that's all else I had to say. So goodbye for real this time.